Hey guys, welcome to this GTA 6 News Digest where we talk about everything related to Rockstar Games, their projects, and basically anything connected to this company. So today, I'm gonna break down the freshest, the most exciting, and of course, the most important updates that are coming out about the next chapter of Grand Theft Auto. Alright, let's jump into the first piece of news that popped up recently, and this one is actually kinda official. It's not just some random leak or rumor, it's already a solid fact. Rockstar Games has registered a bunch of new domains that are connected to GTA 6. Nobody knew about them at all because while they were created very recently, they're still not available to the public. Which makes sense, the game isn't out yet, so the sites are basically inactive and don't show anything for now. But here's the interesting part. Our well-known insider Tez2, the guy we all know and respect for constantly digging up information and dropping legit leaks, managed to put together a full list of these domains that Rockstar registered. And it looks like Rockstar isn't just creating websites that will connect to GTA 6 as external promo material. Some of these domains could actually appear inside the game itself, like as in-game social networks, websites, and interactive platforms that you'll be able to mess around with. That's actually really cool because if you remember in GTA 5, we already had a few websites, even a fake social media platform where you could read random character comments. But all of that was pretty limited and not super deep. Later on in GTA Online, it definitely expanded. There were way more properties, more vehicles, more businesses, and of course, you could buy all that stuff through websites in-game. Now imagine GTA 6 taking that idea and bringing it right into the single-player story campaign. That would make everything feel a lot more alive. So yeah, the list of these new domains is pretty huge. Some of them even resemble real-world messengers, social networks, or photo-sharing sites. Fans have already decoded the names and are making guesses about what each one will be used for. Like apparently there's gonna be a full-on messaging service where you can text characters, and maybe even story NPCs will text you back as part of missions. There could also be social networks where you upload photos, maybe the ones you take throughout the game, like cool scenery shots, fun moments, or anything else you snap with the in-game camera. On top of that, Rockstar seems to be adding tons of websites, like a government portal for the fictional state of Leonida, news outlets for Vice City events, and of course, online stores where you can buy cars, houses, clothes, weapons, and so on. Basically, they're taking that mechanic to a whole new level. So yeah, that's already a super interesting development, and the big question is how all of this will actually be implemented in the game itself. And by the way, remember how Rockstar recently shut down their old social club? The one that was tied to GTA 4, GTA 5, and Max Payne 3? Right now, that doesn't necessarily mean anything specific, but maybe some of these new domains will replace it with something fresh. Something like a new social club, too similar, but at the same time, completely different. Another piece of news I want to touch on is about the marketing campaign for GTA 6. Now, this one isn't brand new because Rockstar has already been quietly kicking off marketing stages for a while. We've seen this like 3 times already with new job postings appearing on Rockstar's official site. Basically, they're hiring people specifically to work on the GTA 6 promotional campaign. Back in the day, Rockstar marketing was all about trailer screenshots and dropping bits of info on the game. But now it looks like things are different. This time they're only hiring one specific person, someone who will be in charge of promoting GTA 6 across social media and television. And here's where it gets interesting. Rockstar is looking for a social media promotion specialist, while at the same time we're finding out about all these new domain registrations. So maybe that's connected somehow. Either way, it's clear that Rockstar is focusing a lot more on modern social networks, the big global platforms that everyone uses, while also preparing traditional TV ads, probably aimed more at Western markets. All of this strongly suggests that the marketing machine is warming up, the release is close, and that means no more delays. Everything is pointing to GTA 6 officially launching in May next year. But of course, the topic of delays or possible delays just doesn't stop popping up. Recently, Tom Henderson came out and said that GTA 6 might get pushed from May to October next year. Now, the important thing here is that this was only his personal guess, not an official fact. But a lot of people instantly took it as confirmation, which they really shouldn't have, because all Tom meant was that a delay is always a possibility in game development, not that it's guaranteed to happen. Naturally, the internet exploded with debate, comments, and worried fans thinking Rockstar will push the game again. But honestly, there's no reason to panic right now. As I've said before, this doesn't mean anything yet. I even made a whole separate video where I broke down why GTA 6 most likely won't get delayed. I laid out some solid arguments for why Rockstar should stick to the current schedule. And just to calm everyone down even more, remember the news I mentioned earlier about the marketing campaign moving into social media? If Rockstar is already launching targeted promotion across these platforms, then logically, there shouldn't be any major delays. Because once you start advertising and creating hype on socials, it's hard to suddenly move the release date way back. Plus, we might even see pre-orders open up at the end of this year or the very beginning of next year. And if pre-orders do go live, that's a huge sign the game is locked in and won't be postponed. So yeah, no reason to stress, let's just wait patiently. Now, speaking of interesting details, we can't ignore the actress behind Lucia, the new GTA 6 protagonist. Her name is Manny Perez, a pretty well-known actress, and she's officially the face and voice of Lucia, Jason's partner and love interest in the story. Earlier this year, she suddenly disappeared from social media. She completely stopped posting, almost like she went off the grid. Of course, fans immediately started speculating. Some people thought it was because she was constantly being bombarded with GTA-related questions, which probably got a bit annoying. And yeah, that makes sense. Actors do get overwhelmed sometimes, but again, that was just a theory. The real reason she stopped posting was never fully clear. Normally, she's super active online, sharing photos from the gym, showing off her training and fitness, maybe even preparing physically for her role in GTA, who knows? So when she suddenly went quiet, it felt strange. But here's the twist. She's now back online, posting photos again, doing little blog style updates, and basically being active on her socials once more. And this timing doesn't feel like a coincidence. Everything points to Rockstar kicking off their GTA 6 marketing campaign on social media worldwide. So it's very possible that she was asked to come back and be active, specifically to help promote the game she's starring in. That could also mean she'll play a direct role in the GTA 6 marketing push, essentially becoming part of the campaign itself. And the same thing could apply to Jason's actor. The funny thing is, we still don't even know exactly who's playing Jason. There were rumors and guesses before the first trailer dropped, but turns out those actors weren't the ones after all. So that mystery still remains. Meanwhile, we're already seeing all kinds of promotional teasers online, and there's a good chance YouTube will get involved too. Just think about it, you're watching a random video and suddenly a short ad pops up with new GTA 6 footage or snippets from the trailer. The moment that happens, you'll know it for sure. The full-blown marketing campaign has officially started and the countdown to release is on. There's also another piece of news that's just as interesting, and it's about the scale of GTA 6 as a project. These days, we're used to developers throwing around the label not just AAA, but quadruple A, like 4A games that supposedly push the entire industry to a brand new level. But when you actually look at most of those so-called 4A titles, it's usually just marketing. They have massive budgets, sure, but in reality, they don't feel that much more impressive than games we've already been getting over the last 10 years. Now, here's where GTA 6 is different. Developers and industry folks who've seen or heard about it are saying this really is the game that's taking things to an entirely new, unreachable level. They're calling it not just a AAA game, but a true 4A project. Rumors even suggest the budget hit $2 billion, though realistically, it's closer to $1 billion. Still, that's insane. The point is, GTA 6 could become the new gold standard that other studios will try to copy, both in quality and in scale, even if that means inflating budgets just to get close to Rockstar's level. And honestly, that's both a good thing and a bad thing. On the bright side, it's amazing that Rockstar is brave enough to invest so heavily in creating a one-of-a-kind experience. Nobody else in the industry takes those risks. Other companies just crank out yearly releases, safe and predictable, without gambling their reputation or money on something groundbreaking. But here's the downside. Once other publishers see Rockstar pulling this off, they'll use it as an excuse to raise budgets too. They'll chase more investors, spend bigger, and eventually this could backfire. Because a giant budget doesn't automatically mean a great game, and it definitely doesn't guarantee success. Plus, if development costs keep rising, game prices will rise too, and we're already seeing that. Games are sitting around $70 to $80 right now. Call of Duty, for example, is pushing like $85 for a standard edition, at least in some regions. Other titles are creeping up there too. Now, paying $80 for GTA 6 makes sense because you know you'll sink hundreds, maybe thousands of hours into it, but for a random annual release or some rushed project, that's a whole different story. I know personally, I wouldn't drop $80 on just any game. I'd rather wait 6 months, catch a sale, and grab it for half the price, and honestly, I wouldn't lose out on much. That's the real risk here. Publishers will inflate their budgets and hike up prices, but they won't actually match the quality of Rockstar's work. It'll just be the same poorly optimized, uninspired stuff, only more expensive. Do I believe companies like EA are suddenly going to create something truly revolutionary? Not really. They'll keep pumping out whatever guarantees them profit. So yeah, don't get too caught up in all the 4A hype. GTA 6 is absolutely bigger than a typical AAA game, but until it's actually released, all we can do is wait and see. Once it drops, then we can compare and decide if the industry is really about to change. Anyway, those are all the updates I've gathered so far about GTA 6. I know videos like this raise the hype even higher, and I totally get it. The more news we get, the harder it is to wait. Everyone's itching to finally play and see for themselves that the game is real and ready. But for now, patience is key. My advice? Keep an eye on Rockstar's marketing. Once you start seeing GTA ads across social media or even on random websites, you'll know the campaign has officially begun, and that means the May 2026 release date is locked in. Also, don't forget to watch for pre-orders. I can't promise they'll go live this year, but there's a good chance Rockstar might open them before the year ends. If they do, that's another strong sign the game is dropping on time. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about all these new in-game social networks and messengers Rockstar is working on. How do you imagine they'll function in the game? And which kind of platform would you personally like to see in GTA 6? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.